doing? Hey everybody, how are you doing today? I just wanted to stop on really quick and make a quick video about our Border Maker system. I love our Border Maker system and I use it all the time, but I know it's kind of hard to figure out how to use until you're used to it. It's kind of a challenge. So I had one of my friends and great customers, Becca, was asking me about it, and I know that another friend has struggled with, like, how do I use this? I always forget. So I wanted to get on today and give you a few tips so you will fall in love with it too, and show you how to use it really real easily and really creatively. All right, so this is our Border Maker system. It consists of this housing here and this piece here. And it's actually really easy once you learn how to use it. And then a lot of these are oh my, hang on a second, I'm going to fix the lighting. Hopefully that's a little better. And then these are the Border Maker cartridges. We have, oh gosh, 100 maybe? I'm not even sure. I have so many. I don't have that many, but we've come out with quite a bit. And we're constantly coming out with more. The cool thing is all the secret boxes this year are going to come with special limited, or not limited edition, just exclusive Border Maker cartridges, and they're all green, and that's the only way, that's how you can tell that they're from the secret boxes, and it's the only way that you can get them. But anyways, these are the two pieces that you need, and I'm going to show you on what I do is I mess around on a scratch piece of paper. Sometimes I just get cheap cardboard, cardstock, so that I'm not using my good cardstock. But you can use whatever you want. So the biggest trick is, so this lifts like this, and these are two magnets here. And a lot of times people think that you just slide this in here, right? But see, the problem is then you don't know where to stop it, right? That's what trips people up. So, because I should back up. So what you do, here is the housing. Say I am going to use this cartridge. This is from Music to My Ears. The way that you put them in is you have these prongs here sticking out. And the reason why, so they stick out this way. It does not go this way. Please try not to do it that way and try to cram that in, because it could get stuck. But it goes this way. And because, if you notice underneath, there are notches right here. And these two notches lock in as you go along, and that helps you know where to position this on all along here. And also this little piece here, see that there's a little notch tab there, lines up with these, so you'll know where to put this. There are 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'll show you that in a second. But so say I'm going to use this one here. I'm going to slide it in. This will pop up, and then you just push it in, and you can hear it snap, right? And now it's ready to go. You can use this as a standalone punch if you want. You can always do that. A lot of these wouldn't make sense, and I'll show you why when I get to it. But all right, so then you lift this bar, and you would think, okay, so I put this in here, but oh no, how do I stop? I have no idea how far to put it in. So that's what should help you remember to look on the bottom. And there's this blue shelf kind of, you just flip that up and go like that. And that will show you how far you slide it. You slide it to the end and you'll feel it where it goes. And then you go like this. And then those two magnets along here and here are going to magnetize together and hold that piece of paper in place, right? And then this won't work if you keep that open, right? So then what you do is you flip it upside down and you put this back, right? Okay, so hopefully that makes sense, and if you think about it that way, it'll make it easier. All right, and then I'm going to take this, and remember that these lock into those notches. So I'm going to pay attention to these. You can probably see them pretty good right now, right? And then do you see the little one here? So then I can kind of know that, see, these are right across from each other. So you can kind of wiggle it and you'll feel it lock into place. Then I just push it down, and then I move it along. There's the little notch, there's a little notch, or I shouldn't say notch, I suppose it's a tab. And you go all the way down. Super simple. There you go. And save your confetti, because look, now you have all these cute little guitars, little stars, little microphones that you can glue onto your page as well. And see, then you got this really cool border. Isn't that cute? So, 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 so cute. And then, I mean, if this was a 12 by 12 sheet, I don't think this is, because I think I've cut it already. But you could use this, and then you could, you know, put your whatever photos. I don't know, I've got a few photos here. You know, you could put your photos here, and that could be part of, these totally don't make sense with this, but these are the ones that I had sitting here. You know what I mean? And then you could just do your page like that. Or you can take your cutter, and I can't believe I moved it. What in the world? Oh, my cat knocked it over. Okay. And I hope she doesn't jump up here. She has a tendency to always, when I start filming, likes to get in my way. So what I do is I kind of look at how wide this side is, and then I kind of eyeball it to see whereabouts I should cut to make it even on both sides. Sometimes I'm lucky. Let's see how good I did this time. Oh, I'm a little off. But that's all right. Nobody's perfect, right? So that's one way you can use it. I have a ton of different ones. I want to show you. That's from the secret box number 2 this year. I think you might still be able to get them. I am not sure. And then the other one, oh darn, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. This one's really cool. This one's Celestial Delights. To get the cartridge out of here, you just press this button in the back and then pop it out. All right, so I'm going to put this one in. Remember, the notches go on the outside, facing out. I'll get another piece of paper. Remember, you pull this out because you need to know how far to put your paper in. Put it in there, and then get it out of the way. Snap it back. And then we do the same thing. Line them up. Go on down the line. I love this Border Maker cartridge. I think it's great. And then, get that out of the way. I'm just going to move all these. Look at how cool that one is. Isn't that one pretty? I love this one. That one is really pretty. The other really cool thing is you can mix and match. So if you want to do like going along here and you wanted to do every other one, you could do that. I want to show you one that I did that I love. Look at this one. Can you see that? I'm going to do it in black. All right, because it'll probably show up a little better. These are 2 of my very favorite. I'm not sure if you can, can still get these, but I'm sure a lot of you still already have these. All right, I'm going to move these up here. And then it is the camera and the heart, and then the film strip. This is what they look like. I got to make sure my lighting is correct. I got to move a certain, oh, there we go. Move a certain way. That's what these ones are. Doesn't matter which one you start. You can just do it however you want, because you see the film strip ends up on the end on one, and then the camera on the other one. So push it in, notches out. And this time, I'm going to go every other one. So here's the first one. I'm going to skip one, and then I'm going to go to the next one. And then I'm going to skip one, and then I'm going to go to the next one. I'm going to get that one out of there. Sometimes they just don't want to cooperate. And then I'll put the other one in. Snap it in. Now I just do the ones that I didn't do yet. Get all my stuff out of the way. I'm just going to make a pile and clean that up later. Isn't it adorable? This is my favorite. These are 2 of my very favorite Border Maker cartridges. So there's 2 things you can do. I really like the the width of that, so I'm going to try and mimic it on this side. But otherwise, you could cut those out. I'll show you how to do both. So this is kind of hard sometimes to get exactly the same width. I see from here that it is, I believe that's a 1/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to kind of see, that's where this one, the regular cut is. So I think I'm going to line it up on this line. Did that make sense? So if you see, it's about the width of those two. So when I put this here, this is where the cut line is, the first one. So I'm going to line the edge of this paper right there. And then hopefully I will get very close. Let's see. I'm off. Well, I'm off quite a bit. Quite a bit. So anyways, that's what's kind of hard. A lot of times it just takes a lot of practice. But I can leave it that way, or I can go like this. I can just take my scissors, if that bothers me that they're not even, and snip all of these in between. And then I do the same on the bottom. Whoop, oh, I was a little off on that. That's what I hate about doing this, because if I'm not right on, then I kind of mess it up. Whoops. Yeah, see, and I'm doing this a little too fast, but I was a little off on that one. That's what you risk when you start cutting. And then I would probably cut right here too, because that one's just so skinny, it looks kind of funny. Cool, huh? So either way, but you can do so many really cool things. So this one I should have done it in black because of my background, but this one, I did the same thing, every other one, and I used my tree one, and then this really cool camping and tent one. Isn't that cool? And, you know, you don't have to do them every other one. You might want to do something like this. I really love this one. And with this one, I used, oh, did I put it away? Darn it. Let's see. I've got it right here, I thought. Okay, I've got this. I think this is the ancient key. I'm just trying to get it to, there we go. And then another one of my real favorites. I can't remember what it's called. But so what I did is I did the first, second, third, fourth, and sixth. And then the second and fifth I did with this one. I love this. This would be really cool for a border. Wouldn't that be cool for a border? And so these don't always work using just any one. You really got to kind of mess around, because this one I really like. I used this one, and then I used a scroll one. I don't know what I did with that one. I've got so many out. They're all over. Oh, okay, this one here. Another one of my faves. But they don't always match up perfectly, as you can see on some of these parts. You know, the front end and the back end are a little different. But, you know, you could just leave it that way, or you could take your scissors and try and fix it. I wouldn't try that, though, because, especially like right here, you're never going to be able to cut that accurately, and it'll just look bad. So, I messed around, and I did some off-center ones. I don't really like this one, but this is another thing that you can do. I use the rope one, another one of my faves, and I know I say that about everything, but it's true. But so I would probably have only done, you know, maybe two of the crabs, and then done the same over here. But I did this one with, I've got an arrow and a banner one. This was the celestial one that I just did in the black. But isn't that cool? There's so many really great things that you can do. I love the Border Maker cartridge system. I think it's awesome. I just want to show you really cool. Maybe I'll leave these up here so you can see them. But so then I started messing around, and I just want to show you just all that you can, you know, do borders together. I ended up doing this, and I would cut it off here. But I'm going to show you how I did this. It was really easy. And then I'll be done, because you could just mess around and mess around, right? So I'm just going to cut this off so I can show you how I did this. All right, so I just don't want this to look too messy, but I want to leave these up so you can see them. Let's see, maybe I'll go like this. And then I can move these guys over here. And then I still got a lot of room. Yeah. All right. You should see how many cartridges I have out. I have got quite a few. All right, so I used just a kind of a light blue water looking. All right, so remember, I take this out from the bottom, pull it out, snap it into place, open the arm. I have another really cool water one. I don't know what happened to it. I think somebody accidentally grabbed one of mine thinking that it was theirs, because I've now... Oh, wait, no, that's something different. Never mind. I'm thinking of a border punch. So you could use our awesome border punches for this, too. I'm going to use... This is an oldie. Some of you may have this. This is one of the very original ones. I still got it, but it's definitely not for sale anymore. But I believe we have another kind of wave. I just didn't get it because I have this and I've got another one. But all right, I'm going to snap that into place. I'm going to remember to put this back in its spot. And then I'm just going to do a regular one. So I'm going to do the wave all the way down. See how fast it is? And it's really accurate. You just feel where it locks in, and then you're in the right spot. Take that out. Throw those in my scrap pile. And then, I'm going to put that there for now. And then I'm going to take, what did I do with that pretty tan? Sorry, I should have had this up. I thought I had it up. I can use a different, I could use this, couldn't I? Yeah, that's kind of hatched. This is, boy, this is way old. This is the old Creative Memories. This could be like 20 years old. I've been doing this for a while. I just love the product so much. I don't know if that's the one I want to use. Let me see if I got a... Oh, well, we'll just use this just for... Oh, no. Oh. Yeah, sorry. Where is the color that I'm going to go underneath it? I really want to use this. I had this perfect piece. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can find it. I can't. If I can't, then I'm just going to move on. This will probably work. Okay, so this is going to be like sand. So again, I'm going to... Oh, darn it. Let me pause for a second. Okay, this will work. All right, so I've got a piece here. It's a little bent, but that's okay. Put it in the tray. Move the tray out of the way. And then I'm going to get... I'm not going to say it. A wonderful footprint one. They brought this back a little while ago. I'm not exactly sure if it's still available. But boy, this is a good one. Snap that in. I'm going to go all the way down with this one. This is how I'm locking it in, so I know exactly where it goes. All right, and so I want this one to kind of look... You could use these even little pieces too and glue them on, but boy, that'd be a lot of work. So what I'm going to do is I want to rip one side so that it looks like, if you see how I did this, so it looks like, like the shoreline. So I obviously can't do it on this end because it's too short. So I'm going to go on this end. So then I'm going to grab my tearing tool. And of course I had that, I get so busy with all my stuff and then I put stuff away and then I forget where I put it. So my tearing tool, I like this because it's a little more uneven than this. So I'm just going to kind of look how far I think I want that to go. How far away from the water's edge you're going to be walking. I would say it's probably about there. You can see how old this is too. But our products last. That is for darn sure. All right, and then I just go ahead and rip along there. Perfect. And then I have this. I figure out how far away I want that. And I want those, obviously the feet wouldn't be blue. So I found another darker, real close in shade, right? That would go on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my repositional tape runner, and I'm going to just do a few spots here and then figure out how far I need to, just enough to cover and get those feet. All right, and then I think I'm going to do to about there. So then what I would do, oh, I didn't tape that part very well, is do some more tape. Oh, I didn't have that in the right spot. Hang on. That's what I love about repositional, is you can move it. And then I will put that right about there. And then I am going to grab my wonderful trimmer. I see that's where the line is. If I want to double check, I get to use these great guides that will show me exactly where I'm going to cut. You see where the line is there, the black line? That's going to show me right where I'm going to cut. So I see that I need to bring it over a little bit. And then I'll make sure that it's snug against there. Double check. Perfect. I can also check from this side because there's one on each side. Oh, Creative Memories thinks of everything. All right. And sometimes I'm cutting through a few, so I want to make sure. And if you don't have it on a completely flat surface, it doesn't always cut all the way through. Look at that. I'm going to set this next to the black so you can see how that pops out. Isn't that cool? Oh, I love it. Oh, I know another thing that I was going to show you. I think I kind of did, though. You know, like how I was doing this one here, and I needed to cut out in between. See, this is another one that I did, and I thought that looked really, really cool. I left it on here, and I did the same thing with this side. So these could be done the same way. I'm going to try again and see if I can get a little bit closer. All right, I'm going to eyeball it this time. You know what? I mess these up all the time. So let's see if I can do it. And you know what? That's okay. Because, whoops, nobody's perfect. Especially not me. Oh, that one's pretty good, but it's still real. It's so hard to get just exactly right. But you know what? I wouldn't go, oh, that's so off, because I think it's pretty close. The hard part is if you're doing two, like one on each side of your page, then it's kind of hard. But I'll try it again with this one. Again, going to eyeball it. Ooh, it's popping out. There we go. Yeah, maybe a tad bit more. Okay, let's see. See if I did it here. Oh, I know. Okay, so that was really cool, but now look at how close that is. This I could get away with, but that I can't. So, you know what? Super easy fix. Just grab my scissors. I can get it to hold still. And just a couple snips. It's hard to see when I'm got a phone camera over my, in between me and what I'm trying to cut. Oh, just hold still. There we go. See, isn't that cool? Awesome. I think that these ones here especially, the nice thing about these, whoops, and that one's cool too. I love them all. Aren't those really great? Like, there's so many different things you can do with this Border Maker cartridge system. It's one of my favorite tools. I use it all the time. And we're always coming out with new Border Maker cartridges. So, and then, you know, these could be borders that go along the side of your page too. Isn't that neat? Yeah, I just came up with these. I just spent probably about half hour, and I just started messing around with it before I started filming this, and I'm like, oh, what can I come up with? Oh, I could go into so many different things. Let me see my other pile here if I've got Oh no, that's a whole other, I got a whole other video I'm going to do on border punches, not Border Maker cartridges, but border punches. And what I mean by those are, these are our other punches. They're called border punches, and you can do a ton of things with these too. But I will save that for my next video. So I hope this is helpful. I hope it helps you remember the most important thing is to get that bar, that little tray up, get the paper in, and then put it down, and then follow the notches. All right? All right, thanks everybody. Have a great day.